custodians of this land and their care of it for thousands of years. Open to the Spirit who has ever been present here, we resolve to appreciate its beauty, to be wise stewards of its resources, and to honour the connection the traditional custodians, the Kumba from the Yugambeh Nation, have with this land. Could you please stand for the school prayer? Almighty God, from whom comes every good and perfect gift, send down your blessing and prayer upon the school. Teach us to live together in love and joy and peace. In our work, give us the spirit of understanding and perseverance. In our games, true sportsmanship. And in our prayers, the power to dominate you. Let the spirit of devotion and loyalty bind us all more closely together, so that we may live not only for our own advantage, but also for the common good. Through him who loved us and gave himself for us, Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen. Please be seated. Good afternoon, staff, students, special guests, and welcome to today's assembly. Later on this afternoon, we will be hearing from Mr. Crawley, Kate Taylor's policy speech, presenting the Swimming Carnival Awards, some sports news, and some information from the new sustainability portfolio. Just a quick reminder to remember to bring in any donations for the Easter raffle run by the Non Nobis Solum Committee by the end of next week. For every donation, you will receive 2 free tickets into the raffle and will be supporting the same Sky Foundation at the same time. Every donation, big or small, will make a huge difference. As we get to the halfway point of the term, the little things become a lot harder to do, but they make all of the difference. Make sure you're wearing your uniform with pride, as it says a lot about you. But more importantly, make sure that you are looking after yourself and respecting others. It may seem like the homework and assignments are never ending and that you don't have time, but it will greatly benefit you if you do some exercise, eat healthily, set aside you time and listen to your body. Also, try to be a good friend. Smile at people on your way to class or be the friend that everyone wishes they had. As the going gets tough, not only do the tough get going, but in the words of Dory, they just keep swimming. With that said, could you all please stand up to do the school walk ride?
Starting at 7 p.m, Banksia, Carrigaroo and Melaleuca face off in the house musicals in an effort to dazzle the audience, entertain the masses and win points for their house. With Carrigaroo currently in the lead, having won the Swimming Carnival, the pressure is on for Banksia and Melaleuca to win points for their house. We have sold nearly half the tickets already, so be quick to secure your seat. Tickets are on sale at the Arts Centre and an email with the link to the purchase page has been sent to you by your heads of house. Be there and support your house and get ready for some great musical performances. Thank you.
Thanks, girls. That was an energetic start to the Assembly and much appreciated. Welcome to our guests at the front, Mr. and Mrs. Zandiosis, who Maritza's parents. Looks a little bit unfriendly that we've left you to have this whole row all to yourself, but I'm sure we do sincerely say welcome. It's lovely to have you here. Just a quick update, girls, on where the building's at. The rain has continued to be a pest to us over the first few weeks of this year. We're getting, I guess, a few days further and further behind. The key issue that's holding us up at the moment is the inability to lay the concrete outside the building to get all the entrances. And over on the central quad side of the building, and if I haven't said before, I'm trying to rename the use around the school of the library quad to the central quad, because when we move the library into the new building, of course, the library won't be in that old place, and it seems a tiny bit pointless to continue forever to call it the library quad when the library won't be there. So the historic name of that area is the central quad, So if we can perhaps reflect on how we refer to it. Anyway, the stairs on that central quad side, leading down into the cafeteria, are on about the wettest section of the building that we have. And the difficulty for the builders is quite simply that they can't lay the concrete for the stairs on top of that ground, because when the ground is wet, it will simply push down onto all the services that run under that area and crush the pipes and the conduits that run underneath. So we need to wait for a little bit of sunny weather without rain to dry out that area. We need about a week clear before we can lay the concrete to those stairs. So it's just one of those things that we have to hang in there and hope happens. Other than that, the internals are very close to finish. I would say by the end of next week, the internals will be very, very close to being finished. So we're well on track with the exception of the outside concrete. That said, the topic I wanted to talk to you about today is a fairly simple one. It's at this stage of the term, this stage of the year, when assignments are starting to come in, when life is starting to unfold, sporting teams are starting to be selected, etc., life is starting to unfold in all its complexities, there's always that little issue of how's it going for you. And how's it going for you is always something that is important, especially to you. And one of the things that riles us most is going to be shown in this first little short clip. Just take a look at it. It's not bad.
So a final experiment that I want to mention to you is our fairness study. And so this became a very famous study, and there's now many more, because after we did this about 10 years ago, it became very well known. And we did that originally with capuchin monkeys, and I'm going to show you the first experiment that we did. It has now been done with dogs, and with birds, and with chimpanzees, but with Sarah Brosnan we started out with capuchin monkeys. So what we did is we put two capuchin monkeys side by side. Again, these animals, they live in a group, they know each other. We take them out of the group, put them in a test chamber. And there's a very simple task that they need to do. And if you give both of them cucumber for the task, the two monkeys side by side, they're perfectly willing to do this 25 times in a row. So cucumber, even though it's really only water in my opinion, but cucumber is perfectly fine for them. Now, if you give the partner grapes, the food preferences of my capuchin monkeys correspond exactly with the prices in the supermarket. And so if you give them grapes, it's a far better food, then you create inequity between them. So that's the experiment we did. Recently, we videotaped it with new monkeys who had never done the task, thinking that maybe they would have a stronger reaction, and that turned out to be right. The one on the left is the monkey who gets cucumber. The one on the right is the one who gets grapes. The one who gets cucumber, note that the first piece of cucumber is perfectly fine. The first piece she eats. Then she sees the other one getting grape, and you will see what happens. So she gives a rock to us, that's the task. And we give her a piece of cucumber, and she eats it. The other one needs to give a rock to us. And that's what she does. And she gets a grape. And she eats it. The other one sees that. She gives a rock to us now, gets again cucumber. She tests the rock now against the wall. She needs to give it to us. And she gets cucumber again. So this is basically the Wall Street protest that you see here.
It's a lovely short video demonstrating rather nicely the importance in all of our lives of the idea of fairness. And as I thought about this idea of fairness in our lives, I have to say I think there's a couple of angles that are worth gently exploring. One is, of course, the angle of when we are responsible for giving the fairness. Clearly it's a responsibility for all of us to try very hard to be fair to others. Not always easy, because I think rather in that particular case it's pretty obvious that the fairness was was deliberate and it was mean. And in many ways you can understand why that monkey got so annoyed, because the monkey could see it happening. It was blatant unfairness straight in front of the poor little monkey's face. And of course that is always utterly offensive. Some fairness, of course, is accidental. It's the unfairness that happens because someone has a special friendship with someone, or something there's an interest there, and the fairness is trickier to identify. But each of us has a personal responsibility to try and be fair in what we do, because ultimately it is a gift to others. When we issue fairness to people, we are giving something precious to them. But let's focus for a moment on the monkey that got a little bit stroppy. I mean, it is funny, there's no doubt it's funny, and I have to say I even questioned, why was I laughing so hard the first time I saw it? You know, I was highly guilty of thinking that was pretty amusing. And I wondered to some extent whether I was a little bit like the person who watches the bullying. Was I amused to see that poor little monkey go through that level of pain? And there I was, what was I doing? Sitting on the couch, chortling away, thoroughly amused with what that monkey was doing, especially when it put its arm outside the cage and stomped it up and down. It was, I don't know, I laughed. And I did wonder, but I think that was probably acceptable, bearing in mind it was meant to get that reaction. But then I started thinking about the monkey's choices. And while I totally understand why that monkey got annoyed, because what happened was utterly unfair right in front of its face. No debate at all. But oddly, in our lives, when we respond like that, somehow it all goes wrong, doesn't it? You picture the scene where all of a sudden you do a little bit of foot stomping because some unfairness happened. You know, you pout up and flick your head back and stomp your foot, and somehow it just doesn't work well for you. And it's a really interesting thing. Our choices aren't so easy as the monkey. The monkey could lose his temper, and somehow it was just the monkey losing his temper. And it showed what happens when unfairness is there. That's a nice psychology experiment. In our lives, when that happens, you will be criticised if you stomp your feet and flick your hair back and bang the ground. No doubts at all about it. And yet, to not react, to give absolutely no reaction, seems wrong. And it seems like an injustice you're accepting. I think to ponder this question of how do we respond when we are the victim of unfairness is a deeply difficult human thing to contemplate, because there wouldn't be a person in this room that has not experienced unfairness or feels annoyed, frustrated, furious when it happens to you. We all know the feeling. But somehow that response is really important of how we then react. The dummy spit, it just doesn't work well. The right answer, now there is a massive thing to explore. What is the right answer when you have been the victim of unfairness? I don't fully know, but I think the monkey gets it wrong at the beginning, because I think what the monkey does is illustrate it has no self-control, and therefore its character, its personality is now on question. When we suffer unfairness, what we need at the end of the process is people to respect us, to value us, and to want to correct the unfairness. Exactly how we do that, exactly how we bring it off, I guess that's why we think deeply about our own lives and our reactions through life. I'm not going to give you the answer today, I'm just simply going to say the two sides of fairness. One is, when we allocate fairness to others, we have to work hard at doing that. It's easy to make an error. When we react to unfairness, it's easy to make yourself the laughing stock. So, welcome to the adult world. Welcome to the challenges we all face, every single one of us. And as we work collectively through that, first off, to create an environment here where you feel fairness is valued, and you show that by attempting first to be fair to others, and then in this inevitable lifelong search for fairness and a good reaction to unfairness when you have it in your own life. That's life. Anyway, I have received the most wonderful comments from staff about how everyone is in class. I have received some fantastic feedback about your approach to your work at the moment. I hope you feel that that is you personally, and that that is true of you personally, and that you're part of the pride that we all should feel about the great atmosphere within the school. I really do hope you enjoy the rest of the week. We've got some wonderful trophies to hand out to some tremendous achievements in the next part of the assembly. I hope you enjoy it like I will. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Mr. Crawley, teachers and students. In 1980, Herbert Brooks, head coach of Olympic-winning ice hockey team, said, "Great moments are born from great opportunities." I would like to think that 2015 sport is one of these great opportunities. So let us create great moments. This is our time. This year, we will hopefully see the opening of the long-awaited new and improved Reeves building. And as many of you know, on the side of the building, it will boldly display St Hilda's core values: love, hope, grace, compassion, and forgiveness. Instead of simply recognising these words and not really processing them, I want you girls to be able to appreciate the meaning of our school values, which form the foundation of all that we stand for as young women of St Hilda's School. We all typically think about passion and hope and even forgiveness when we consider what sport has to offer. However, I think we often forget that a love for the game we play is really the driving force behind our involvement. So, my proposal to you today is to find your love for sport. Find that passion. Find it with your St Hilda sisters, and let that love be the reason you commit fully to your sport and you represent St Hilda School to the best of your ability. It's plain and simple. I love sport, and I want you girls to love it too. I want you girls to fall in love with sport this year. Fall in love with the feeling of crossing that finish line, or the sound of the final buzzer as your team finishes on top. I'm not asking you to love sport for the same reasons as I do, but I want you to make the effort to discover where your love for sport lies. You may love sport for the social aspect. Turning up to training and seeing a team of friends may be your major highlight of the week. Not to mention the bonus of scoring a bikini bod. On the other end of the spectrum, you may love sport for the thrill of it, the satisfying pain of sport. It allows you to escape. Find a place where you are in complete control of what you are doing. Your love for sport is seen through the opportunity of pushing yourself to the absolute breaking point. But make sure you also consider another crucial aspect of sport: spectating and supporting. For you, your love for sport may be in spectating, cheering on your sister squad, giving the girls competing a reason to do their best. You may love the feeling of screaming at the top of your lungs, standing next to your sisters in the stand, side by side. So, make the effort to go to at least two QG events. Walk down to touch your basketball home game one afternoon, or catch a spectating bus up to Rowing Head of River. But whatever you decide to do, be seen and be heard. This year, let's unite as sisters and support the spectating movement. Finding your love for sport is the challenge for each of you as individuals, so that we may rise as a united squad, a squad of sisters. Find this love and never let it go. Nourish it and care for it. This year, I want you girls to think about why you love doing sport. What are you passionate about, and let that drive your involvement in St Hilda's sport. Firstly, to the Year 7s and 8s, let your sport be your opportunity to be with the rest of the school. It allows you to create friendships and bonds with girls in the older grades, as well as your own.
In the St Hilda sports uniform, you will experience failures and successes. But don't let the idea of losing scare you, because no matter what, your sisters will be with you through it all. To the Year 9s and 10s. So school seems to have gotten a little bit more tough, but please don't let that be the reason you stop doing the sport you love. Let it be your stress reliever. This year is your opportunity to show your commitment and pride. Learn to balance your school, work and your commitments to your sports teams, because time management really is the key. Throughout this year in sport, you will be able to focus and excel in your chosen sports, cement your position in a team and demonstrate school spirit. Show the younger girls how it's done. To the Year 11s, 2015 is your year to step up. Rise to the challenge that sport has to offer. With a grade full of so much school spirit, great things in sport are definitely on their way. Stay committed and have fun. And finally, to my sisters in Year 12, this is it. We've made it this far and there's not long to go now. In a couple of years, we aren't going to remember what that book Maestro was about, or how to mathematically find the trigonometric model that follows the tidal movements of some random beach. We are going to remember the moments that we shared with our St Hilda's sisters. Those final bus rides to and from Brisbane with the occasional sneaky Macca's runs. We are going to remember all those times we won for our schools and for our sisters. Let us be remembered. It's never too late to get involved in sport. You will make lifelong memories and friends that will not be forgotten. Over the past few years, St Hilda's sport has gone from strength to strength, evident in the rising success of our rowing, tennis and volleyball teams. This success, with the commitment of the girls, was driven by spirit. This spirit starts with you. Let it flow through our sports this year. Let us rise to success driven by pride and spirit. So girls, in 2015, do what you love. Do it for the reasons you love it, and do it for the people you love, and do it for the school you love. No matter what sport you get involved in this year, there will come a time when you're about to begin what will be physically and mentally one of the hardest things you put yourselves through. And just before the gun sounds, you find yourself asking why the heck you got yourself into this. And I'm here to remind you why. Somewhere behind the athlete you've become, and the hours of practice, and the coaches who have pushed you is a young woman who fell in love with the sport she does and St Hilda's school. Do it for that young girl, and do it for St Hilda's, for the hundreds of St Hilda's girls who have been behind you since the beginning. And one more thing, ladies, welcome to the Roop End.
Thank you very much, Kate. Good afternoon, ladies. What I would like to actually do just before we start this swimming presentation is actually ask, and we're going to do this with all teams, but because this team is almost about to finish their QG competition, we're going to announce and show who our open softball team is. So, could I please have Matilda Brown, Ruby Brown, Jane Considine, Harriet Diggerman, Alex Finlay, Stephanie Grant, Alana Ingram, Kylie Jervis, Montana Lusky, Brianna Moore, and Dodie Wilson up on the stage. And this is our open softball team for the These girls have done exceptionally well so far in the season, and they've got a few more games to go on this week, and hopefully we can wish them all the best and wish all of the other softball teams the best for the rest of the season. So thank you very much, girls. Has anyone ever been to England? Hands up, please. Has anyone ever seen a football game in England? EPL game? English Premier League? Got a few hands up. Before I came here a couple of years ago, I actually lived in England, and football is my love of my life. I actually found that being down in that arena, down in that swimming carnival, during those chants and cheering during lunchtime, actually had a feeling of what you can get at an EPL game. The cheering and spirit, exactly what Kate was just talking about, was just an awesome sight. So you should all actually put your hands together for your own spirit that's already started. An exceptional effort by everyone cheering and keeping that spirit, but also exceptional effort for everyone who got on the pool. We had a phenomenal amount of people in that pool for the day, even if they were in there just for that one race, whether it be participation or whether it be for an open race. So congratulations to all of those girls. What I would like to do is introduce a few guests who are going to help us present these awards today. Miss Tegan Lerm. Miss Jennifer Dermerl. Is she here too at the moment? Yes. Coming up now. Miss Paige Branch. And Mrs. Rosalind Grimmer. And also we have, as Mr. Crawley has mentioned, Mr. and Mrs. Zentios. Can they come up, please? Okay. And obviously we're going to also ask Mr. Peter Crawley to stand up and help us with these awards. For the first award, to present, Miss Paige Branch and Jennifer Demerel, could you please step forward and help with this award? It's the Watson Brown Cup, 12 years under B division, best swimmer. Goes to Momo Ito. And I'll ask Paige and Jennifer to stay up, please, for the next award, which is the Booth Clarkston Cup, Open 100 metre freestyle, and it goes to Alice Stewart. Tegan, could you help with presenting this next one? This is very odd. The Frail Cup, Open 100 metres breaststroke, Taylor Payton. Is she not here today? No, thank you very much. Mr. Peter Crawley, could you please award the next one? McNeilage Cup, Open 200 metres freestyle, to Alice Stewart. Miss Paige Branch, could you step forward, please? This one's called the Look Major Cup, Open 200 metres individual medley, went to Laura Taylor. Twyla Green and Monteith Trophy, open 100 metres butterfly, goes to Alice Stewart, who also broke her own record from last year. Bernays Family Trophy, open 50 metres freestyle, Laura Taylor. I'd like to ask Miss Rosalind Crimmer to step forward, please. This is the Hamilton Cup, open 100 metres backstroke, Ella Kossel. Does she have enough hands? Dixon Family Trophy, open 4x50 metres house relay. The winner was Kangaroo, so Angelique Fassett, Carmen Jansen, Van Vuren, Grace McLeod and Ella Kossel. So before we start on the age champions, I would like to also announce that there was a few records broken. 17 years over, 50 metres freestyle A division was broken by Ella Kossel. That record was only a year old, so well done. 13 years, 200 metre freestyle relay. Alexandra Rutherford, Yasmin Nasser, Estelle Urban and Ebony Pearl. This has been sitting there since 1991. Hands up if you're alive then. It was held by Banksia. So Melaleuca has broken that record after that many years, so congratulations. The 14 years 200 metre medley relay, Macy Shields, Taylor Payton, Miller Harrison and Nikki Campbell. This one's been held down for just over 10 years, since 2004. These girls have broken that record, so congratulations to them. And this one lady broke all three of these records. 12 years under 50 metres freestyle, 50 metres back stroke and 100 metres freestyle. All been around for a couple of years. Carmen Jansen Van Buren. So congratulations. Now we get to a bit more of a tension as to who has these age champions. Now the age champions is, as you all know, comes down to only a certain amount of races that you're in. Okay, there's not that if you've swum in 9 races that every single one goes in there. We just select the top 4 of those races. 12 years age and under champion, runner-up for 2015 is, it's tense, isn't it? Moi Moi Hon. And the 12 years age and under champion, winner for 2015 is Carmen Jansen Van Buren. 13 years age champion, runner-up is Ella Fitzpatrick. And 13 years age champion for 2015 is Alexandra Rutherford. Fourteen years age champion runner-up for 2015, Grace McLeod. He was away. And 14 years champion is Tyler Marie Ringsby. Years champion runner-up. This actually went to a tie. So I'll get both of these girls to come up, please. Sakura Caruso and Charlie Mitchell. Congratulations. As they come up, I will explain, there was that tie. A number of these championships were separated by literally single digits of points. So it's a very tight competition. "15 years age champion for 2015 is Tara Pearl. 16 years champion runner-up, Lily Kelly. She's out, looks like. And the 16 years age champion for 2015 is Laura Taylor. "17 years and over age champion, runner-up. I understand that this age group is quite tightly contested. Scarlett Fahey. "17 years and over champion for 2015, Ella Kossel. Could I please ask Maritz's parents to step forward and present this trophy? Maritz's, so Mr. and Mrs. Zantier. The Ashton Shortcut for Open School Swimming Champions. Open meaning any age can get this. It's of the best swimmers in the school. The runner-up for 2015 was Ella Kossel. the overall Open champion for 2015. Let's get a little drum roll. Laura Taylor. Thank you very much. Congratulations, girls. Let's put our hands together for those champions. And we also need to present the Sinclair Cup house winner again. So, could Kangaroo house captains please come up, sports captains. Congratulations to Kangaroo. They did one fantastic job. And I'd like to see if they can get a war cry going with their house from here. Come on, girls, get the spirit up. Can we get Kangaroo to stand up, please?
That's lovely.
Thank you very much, ladies. Congratulations.
What do you think about that tree?
Oh, yes.
What? Rubbish spotted in Borders Quad. Be there ASAP? I just got your text. What's up?
It's go time. Go time.
Excuse me, what are you all doing? Leaving? No, you're not. Pick it up. That's not how you leave the environment.
We're not going to take it anymore.
It's go time.
Have you guys heard about the biggest social event of the year?
Oh my gosh, Sarah, have you heard what's happening this weekend? Apparently, it's like bigger than formal, bigger than dance classes, bigger than Presball. It's like the talk of the school.
What is it?
It's Clean Up Australia Day.
What?
Yeah, at the Spit.
Really?
Tell everyone. Quick,
do
go,
it.
tell everyone.
What were you planning on doing this weekend?
Oh no, I was thinking about asking Kate, Taylor and Dave.
Why would you want to ask Kate on a date when you could go to Clean Up Australia Day?
Yeah, Clean Up Australia Day. I might take her there.
Yeah, 1st of March. You should be there.
Wait, let me pick up this rubbish.
To be cool, not only should you be at the Spit this Sunday, but follow our one last tip. It really works.
How to be cool 101.
Hey Lauren! Hey Lauren!
Lauren, why are you so popular?
I followed Hilda's _sustainability on Instagram and everyone's just been saying hi to me and talking to me. It's great.
You're just so cool.
Time to be cool.
Good afternoon, girls. My name is Dodie, and this is Izzy, Georgia, and Sarah. We are your sustainability prefects for 2015. The sustainability prefects are part of a new portfolio, and we're all very excited to introduce some new sustainable practices to the school.
Our first mission for the year is to get as many St Hilda's girls as we can to attend Clean Up Australia Day this weekend. A lot of you are probably wondering what Clean Up Australia Day involves. This Sunday, we will be joining with TSS to meet at the Spit to help pick up the rubbish and make it beautiful. The boarders are all coming, and we know the boys at TSS are excited for the event.
So we're encouraging as many girls as possible to come, and it would be really good if all the day girls could get involved as well, not just the boarders. So come with your friends, and it's going to be a fun day, helping the community and whatnot. So there's going to be a free sausage sizzle with TSS after we've picked up rubbish. Meeting point is at the end car park at the Spit, and meet there at 8 AM. And make sure you wear your St Hilda's sports tops so that we look like a team. Thank you.
We are also excited to announce that on Thursday and Friday this week, we will be selling sustainable green wristbands for $2. The wristbands celebrate Clean Up Australia Day, and you are able to wear them for the lead up and also after the day. We only have 200 to sell, so you'll have to get in quick to snatch one up. We will be coming around to sell them at morning tea and lunch, or you can buy one from the middle or senior school centre, so make sure you remember your $2.
Keep your eye peeled on the Hilda's_sustainability Instagram page for more updates on the other exciting projects we have planned for the year. We hope to see as many St Hilda's girls at the Spit on Sunday, beating the high number of TSS boys there. And we don't only pick up rubbish.